My name is Natasha Rodriguez, and this is my big interview for the Lawrence Road Middle School lead teacher position. This is for class Education 650, Teaching, Learning, and Leading in the 21st Century with Professor Joyce Frazier, and today is September 30th, 2013. Firstly, I will begin speaking about my philosophy of education. As mentioned in my previous presentation, my goal is to create a learning environment that will promote academic, social, and personal growth. It is my duty to help students learn about all aspects of life while being proficient in academic areas necessary to succeed in society. In teaching students how to be responsible for themselves, their actions, and their own learning, I am giving them the ability to succeed in life. I will cause a chain reaction by teaching students to believe in themselves, then learning to love themselves, and finally learning to work with others regardless of differences. Quickly, my classroom management plan will work to incorporate everything that I've learned throughout the course. As Newman stated in his reading, although you cannot control guest reactions to your preparations, you can determine how you best use time and space and materials at your disposal. With careful planning, you will host a successful event. While you cannot control the interactions of your guests, you can arrange the conditions which your party will occur. The same is true in managing a classroom. The most important key in my classroom management plan is attitude and the rules that I set forward. It is important that I create an environment that is disciplined but also welcoming to all learning styles. The role of the student in my classroom is the most significant role is for students to be active learners. Students will be expected to be autonomous. While I am the teacher, students are expected to teach themselves and learn from others because that is how relationships are strengthened, in my opinion. Students will have the opportunity to pick a subject throughout the course, and together with someone else, they would work to create a lesson plan, and that will show them the importance of supporting one another as well as the importance of leading a classroom. Students will also play different roles. I will create a micro-society for my students where they will be responsible to have jobs, interview for the jobs, and maintain these jobs. Once the student has been assigned the role in the classroom, they will be expected to perform at their best. Lack of work, poor attitude, and poor punctuality will lead to termination of position and classroom privileges. I'm trying to create a micro-society for my students where they can learn, but they can also understand the importance of functioning in society on a daily basis. I chose universal design for the Lawrence Road School. Why did I choose it? I chose it because it's equitable, it's flexible, it's simple and intuitive in use, perceptible. The information is perceptible. There's a tolerance for error, low physical effort, and size and space for approach and use. In the next slide, I will best describe. Equitable and flexible in use. Because universal design is so flexible in use, I can easily apply Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence as well as the backwards design. Simple and intuitive use allows for implementation of technology and visual aids. Because this design is so simple and so intuitive, I can tweak it any way that I can to meet the learning standards of different students in my classroom. Tolerance for error. Because the backwards design works backwards and the outcome is what is the first step in determining, there will be a lot of errors, and this design is built for that. So students do not feel, students don't have to feel that committing an error is a bad thing, and as a class we can work on them. My thoughts on inclusive professional learning community. For me, an inclusive learning community is a community that works together to promote personal, social, and social growth. It's an ongoing process through which teachers and administrators work together to seek and share learning and act on their learning. Their goal being to enhance their effectiveness as professionals for student benefits. Basically, if you grow as a professional, then your instruction and your teaching is richer. A school culture that recognizes and capitalizes on the collective strengths and talents of the staff. So for me, inclusive professional learning community is just getting everybody on the same page, getting everyone to learn about different ideas and even weaknesses, and how we can make the weaknesses into strengths. It's also team members who regularly collaborate toward continued improvement in meeting learner needs through a shared curricular focused vision. What would you see if you entered my class on a daily basis? You would definitely see student collaboration, student participation. That would be the main thing in my class. Student discussion, student debates. I want my students to be critical thinkers, problem solvers, and me lecturing is not gonna create these skills. It's not gonna enhance these skills in my students. You would see a positive and productive environment full of technology and light and just different learning techniques. You would see me working with different groups of students at a time. That way I can build relationships with my students as well as learn their learning styles. So this is my brief 5-minute interview for the Lawrence Road Middle School lead teacher position. I hope to hear from you soon, and it was a pleasure interviewing with you. Thank you.